everybody, welcome back to another tutorial. So today we are going to be looking at how to deal with duplicated values. It is very frustrating while you're trying to train to build your model and you find out that you have duplicate values. So how do you deal with this situation? That is why this tutorial is coming today. So if you are seeing this video for the first time, my name is George. I teach Python for data science, machine learning specifically. So if you have not yet followed this page, please do well to hit that follow button and go through this channel. There are tons of videos concerning Python, data science and machine learning. So without further ado, let's dive into our tutorial. So like I said earlier, we are going to look at how to deal with duplicate values in Python and Pandas. So the first thing you need to do is to import the necessary libraries which we are going to be needing. And we are going to work with just two libraries, Pandas and NumPy. So you go ahead and import those libraries. You say import, sorry about that, import Pandas as PD and also import NumPy as NP. Alright, you go ahead and run it. Now I have used NumPy to create a random data set that contains duplicated values. So I'll go ahead and just paste it here. Alright, so I'm going ahead to call my data frame equals to PD dot data frame. Alright, I now pass in my variable data. So let's look at our data. Alright, so this is the data. Let's look at just the first 5 rows dot head. Alright, so this is our data set that contains duplicated values. So if you look at this column C, we have 11, 11, 11. They are duplicate values. If you look at D, column D, you have 14, 14, 14. So we are going to look at how to deal. Yours might be in a categorical format like strings. Okay, I'm just using NumPy array for this tutorial. So how do we go ahead to deal with this? First of all, let's go ahead and do some data wrangling by looking at our data set. It's okay, df.info. All right, here you can look at your data set. You have 4 total columns and you have 20 entries, which is 20 rows. You can also go ahead and say df.shape. All right, to look at your data set, we have 20 rows and 4 columns. Let's look at let's look at if there's any null values. Is null. All right, let's sum it. Let's go ahead and sum it. All right, so okay, we don't have any null values. So our focus for today is to look at duplicated values or cell. Now let's go ahead and look at if our data set has duplicated values. You say df dot duplicated. Okay, you go ahead and run it. Now it's going to return a boolean, true or false. If you look at this column, this index 0, 1, 2, 3, we don't have any, say false. But if you come to this index 18, we have a true. We can go ahead and just sum it. Okay, you can say dot sum to see the numbers. All right, so we have just one duplicated values. Okay, out of this data set we have one duplicated value. Let's leave it at as a boolean. All right, okay, so we have true here. Now I'm having just one. Yours might be 3, 5, 10 based on your data set. So how do we go ahead to drop or to deal with these duplicated values? Okay, let's go ahead and mark it down and say okay, dropping duplicate values. All right, okay. Alright, so let's go ahead now and see how we are going to drop this duplicate value. This is this column that contains true. Alright, so how do we do that? It's okay, you can give it a new variable. It's okay, drop underscore duplicate. Alright, equals to, we say df dot drop underscore duplicate. All right, so you go ahead and run it. We have successfully dropped our duplicate value. Now let's look at our old data set. Okay, if you go ahead and say okay dot duplicated, all right, you go ahead and run it. You're having it is as true, but let's go ahead and use this our new data set, and okay, and we still do dot duplicated. All right, let's go ahead and run it. So if you look at the old data set, all right, this old data set, we have true here as containing duplicated values. But if you look at this new one that we dropped duplicated value using this variable, okay, this code, this line of code, we now able to do what, to have as false this line 18. We have been able to successfully drop that line 18. If you look at here, 18 contains this true, this duplicate value. So we have been able to drop this column that contains these duplicate values. But here we are no longer having that column 18 or index 18 which contains that duplicate value. So this is how you can drop duplicated value. In our next tutorial, I'm going to show us how to replace duplicate values with a unique value or another value. So if you are seeing this tutorial for the first time, my name is George. I teach Python for data science, machine learning. So just go ahead and hit that follow button. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, follow, and also share this video. Please do well to put your comment on the comment section. Let me know other ways you think is best to deal with duplicate values. And if you have any challenge in my tutorials, please do well to ask your questions. I will do my best to ensure that I give you details answer. I can even make a video to explain for you to understand. So don't forget to follow this page. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, please do well to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Thank you. See you in our next tutorial as we're going to look at how to replace duplicate value with a unique value. Thank you, and see you in our next tutorial.